Alana Jean of Regatan. I'm taking up the course Bachelor of Science in Technology Communication Management at Mindanao University of Science and Technology. So I would like to share about the topic, which is public rhetoric. So enjoy watching.
Rhetoric. It is a searching study of audience psychology. It is one person addressing many. It tries to demonstrate truth that's already been found. It addresses specific, practical ones. It deals with probability, and it's the art of discovering ways to make truth seem more probable to an audience that isn't completely convinced. The theorist involved in this study was Aristotle of Stagira, or son of Nicomachus. When Aristotle turned 17, he enrolled in Plato's academy. He was a student of Plato in the golden age of Greek civilization, 4 centuries before the birth of Christ. He became respected instructor at Plato's academy, but disagreed with his mentor over the place of public speaking in Athenian life. Aristotle raised rhetoric to a science by systematically exploring the effects of the speaker, the speech, and the audience. He regarded the speaker's use of this knowledge as an art. Rhetoric, making persuasion probable. Courtroom speaking, which addresses judges who are trying to decide the facts of a person's guilt or innocence. Political speaking, attempts to influence legislators or voters who decide future policy. Ceremonial speaking, heaps praise or blame on other for the benefit of spectators. Aristotle's students were familiar with the question and answer portion of Socratic dialogue. He classified rhetoric as a counterpart or offshoot of dialectic. So, dialectic is one-on-one discussion. It is a search for truth. It deals with certainty. While rhetoric is one person addressing many. It tries to demonstrate truth that's already been specific, practical ones. And it deals with probability. Rhetorical proof. Logos, ethos, pathos. These are the 3 kinds of proof. Some form of logos, ethos, and pathos is present in every public presentation, but perhaps no other modern-day speech has brought all 3 proofs together as effectively as Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream on August 28, 1963. He stood up at the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. and told 250,000 euphoric supporters of his dream for racial equality. Logical proof comes from the line of argument in the speech. Aristotle focused on 2 forms of logical proof, the enthymeme and the example. He regarded the enthymeme as the strongest of the proofs. An enthymeme is merely an incomplete version of a formal deduction syllogism. Example: major or general premise. All people are created equal. Minor or specific premise. I am a person. Conclusion: I am equal to other people. Ethical proof is the way the speaker's character is revealed through the message. According to Aristotle, it's not enough for speech to contain plausible argument. The speaker must seem credible as well. As poet Ralph Waldo Emerson spoken over a century ago. Use what language you will. You can never say anything but you are. There are three qualities that build high source credibility: perceived intelligence, virtuous character, and goodwill. Emotional proof. It is the feeling the speech draws out of the hearers. Recent scholarship suggests that Aristotle was quite skeptical about the emotion-laden public oratory typical of his era. He offered it not to take advantage of an audience's destructive emotions, but as a corrective measure that could help a speaker craft emotional appeals that inspire recent civic decision-making. Anger versus mildness. Aristotle's discussion of anger was an early version of Freud's frustration-aggression hypothesis. People feel angry when they are thwarted in their attempt to fulfill a need. Love or friendship versus hatred. Consistent with present-day research on attraction, Aristotle considered similarity the key to mutual warmth. Fear versus confidence. Fear comes from a mental image of potential disaster, confidence that can be built up by describing the danger as remote. Shame versus shameless. We feel embarrassed or guilty when loss is due to our own weakness or vice. The emotion is especially acute when a speaker recites our failings in the presence of family, friends, or those who are helpless. Indignation versus pity. We all have built-in sense of fairness. As the producers of 60 Minutes prove weekly, it's easy to arouse a sense of injustice by describing an arbitrary use of power upon those who are helpless. Admiration versus envy. So, there are 5 canons of rhetoric. These are invention, arrangement, style, memory, and delivery.
I hope this extra learning lesson was helpful. Goodbye!